What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video, we are diving into 10 habits that have literally changed my life. These are habits that I follow every single day and they have made a massive impact on just who I am today, and they've really just made me a lot more productive, way more motivated, and I just wanted to share these tips with you in hopes of maybe inspiring you to implement some of these into your own life. So if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this content and you want to see more of it in the future. So let's go ahead and dive into these habits. So the first habit that I want to share with you is one that has really impacted my life. And there's a reason why I'm sharing it first, is just because it has made me so much more productive. So I own my own business, I work from home, I set my own hours, and waking up earlier has made me so much more productive. I can't stress how much this has changed my life because it has just had such a huge impact. So I have a son, he is 11 months old, and he usually wakes up around 7:30 every day. Now I could easily sleep right until he wakes up if I wanted to, but I try my best to get up an hour and a half earlier than him, 6 o'clock every day, or at least Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll follow it on the weekends, sometimes I'll sleep in a little bit. I do try to listen to my body, especially on the weekends if I'm needing, a little bit more sleep, but I try my best to wake up at 6 every day. Waking up earlier just allows me to accomplish things before more emails start rolling in, calls are happening, meetings are happening. Like, I'm just able to get a lot more done. I also know myself, I know that I'm way more productive in the morning. Like my focus, my mental clarity is better, so I'm just able to get a lot more done than if, Henrik wakes up at 7:30, hang out with him, and I'm waiting until his first nap to accomplish stuff. It's just, when that happens, I feel like I'm already behind on the day. So waking up earlier has really, really helped. The second habit is putting yourself together every single day. I feel a massive difference from when, I stay in my pajamas all day, I don't do my skincare routine, I don't really put myself together, versus when I get up in the morning, I get ready for the day, wash my face, put on makeup. Some days I don't put on makeup, either or, doesn't really matter, but I change out of my pajamas, put on clothes, and I just feel so much more accomplished already. I feel way more empowered, and I just feel like I'm always setting myself up for the best day possible when I feel really good and confident in my own skin. The third habit is one that definitely has changed in 2020, and that is getting out of the house. So being in lockdown, being in quarantine, working from home, it's very easy to just get stuck in your own home and not leave. And so I really make it a habit every single day to get outside on a walk. That's usually my go-to if I don't have anywhere to go. Realistically, the only place I go right now is to get groceries. But when we're not in lockdown, I'll go and try to visit some friends, or I'll go and visit family. I'll go, shopping, grab some things that I need, go grocery shopping. But for quarantine purposes, I've basically just been going out on a walk. If it's too cold, I will literally get in my car and just go for a drive. There's something that just makes me feel so much better and refreshed when I just get out of the same place, and I just get tired of looking at the same thing all day, and it's just nice to change things up. It also is nice to move my body and get some fresh air, which is why I always try my best to get out on a walk, but sometimes it's just too freaking cold here and it's not possible. So on those days, I will go for a drive or go to the grocery store, grab a few things, but every day is different. I just try my best to leave at least once per day. Habit number 4 is creating a to-do list. Now, I do this in both my business as well as my personal life, and it really helps me just stay organized and make sure that I'm getting things completed each day. I'm honestly a little bit scatterbrained. I have some serious mom brain some days, and if I don't write things down, they won't get done. So creating a to-do list just allows me to make sure that I'm going to accomplish all the things I need to accomplish in a day. If I don't get something done, I run it into the next day, and that's okay. It happens. I always put too many things on my to-do list, but at least it allows me to just stay organized and making sure that I'm always just moving the needle forward in life or business, whatever it is. Now, when creating a to-do list, something that really, really helps me is actually just prioritizing it. I'll put the most important things at the top of the list, because what I was finding I would do before is I would just start, doing things, checking things off my list, but a lot of times they'd be either the quickest thing to do or the easiest thing to do, and that would always leave like the tasks I didn't want to do last, and I would never accomplish them. So now I put the most important things first to make sure I can get those done before I do anything else. Number 5 is one that I have really shifted my mindset on, and that is just getting off your phone around your loved ones. I was that person or that teenager who was just constantly on my phone when I was around my friends or my family. I was just always on my phone. I swear I was just addicted to it, like addicted to social media, addicted to scrolling. And in the last few years, I have really just made being present a huge priority for me. Whenever I'm around my friends or my family or just any group of people, I really, really try my best to get off my phone if I don't need to be on my phone. Of course, the odd time I'll have to pick up a phone call or answer a text message, but I'm not sitting there scrolling mindlessly through social media. I'm really just being intentional and just being present in conversation so that I can just enjoy the time that I'm spending with the people that I love in my life. Habit number 6 that I've implemented is one that I follow like a large majority of the time. I don't follow it every single day, but it does really help me, especially on those days when I'm just craving foods like crazy. So naturally, I had to include one health tip in these 10 tips, and that is saving a yummy food or a food that you love, food that you crave until after dinner. I think part of like this tip is also just knowing like what time of day you crave foods the most. I have a big sweet tooth, so I'm always craving sweets, whether it's middle of the day or the evening. So what I do is I just tell myself we're gonna save the sweet treats until after dinner. I'm not restricting myself, telling myself that I can't have them. I'm just setting a time of day when I can have them. And I like that it's after I've already nourished my body, eaten like majority wholesome foods throughout the day. And then after dinner, I can kind of treat myself and just enjoy that food that maybe I've been craving. It's really helped me just, reach my goals and be a lot more consistent on a daily basis with my nutrition, so that I'm not just like eating processed foods and sugary foods all day long, because I'd feel like garbage if I did do that. I used to do that, and I never want to go back to that again. Habit number 7 is to distance yourself from people who are not serving you in a positive way. Now, this is a lot easier said than done, especially, if they're people that are, maybe your family or friends that you're really, really close with. But I think if you really want to be the best version of yourself, you have to realize how impacted you are by the people around you. They always say that you become the 5 people like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So you need to be mindful about just the energy that's around you, because if you're always around people who are negative, or maybe they don't support you, or they just drag you down, that becomes so exhausting. And I don't think you necessarily need to cut these people out from your life, but I think just, maybe limiting the amount of time that you're spending around these people, or maybe if it's on social media you feel impacted, like muting or unfollowing those people, can just allow you to be a better version of yourself, because you're not constantly surrounded by that negativity. Habit number 8 is daily self-development. So I do this in a few different forms, but my favorite form of self-development is like listening to podcasts or audiobooks. So I find them so easy to listen to because I can listen to them while I'm driving in my car, while I'm doing cardio. I can listen to them when I'm getting ready in the morning, or if I'm just, doing dishes, hanging out. There's so many different times of day where I can multitask and add in that component. So I absolutely love self-development because I just feel like it allows you to just grow as a person and really feel inspired and empowered from these messages that you're receiving from other people. So I know that like when I listen to self-development, whether it's an audiobook or a podcast, I always just feel so good. I feel like it gets me in the right headspace. It gets me excited about life and business, and some days it's 5 minutes, other days it's half an hour. It doesn't matter the length of time that you're doing it. It's just the fact that you're putting time into bettering yourself. Habit number 9 is going to bed earlier. If you want to wake up earlier, it's important that you're getting adequate sleep. Now, your average person needs about 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Some people can function off less than that, but for majority of people, like you do need a decent amount of sleep to function optimally. And I love going to bed early because it just makes getting up the next day a lot easier. So I'm typically in bed by 9 o'clock every single night, usually asleep by 10:30, and I just find that having that adequate sleep allows me to be so much more productive. Habit number 10 is clean up your house before you go to bed. I feel like your environment really impacts your mood and how you feel. And I feel like if you're always living in like a really messy space and it feels like chaos, it's just a recipe for stress. And I work in the same environment that I live in, so I love waking up in the morning to a nice clean house. So every night once Henrik is down for bed, we both, Chris and I, make an effort to tidy up the whole entire house. We want to make sure the kitchen looks good, all Henrik's toys are put away so that when we wake up in the morning, it's a fresh start and we're not waking up feeling like we're already behind on the day, like we have already so many things that we need to accomplish, like tidying the house. And it honestly doesn't take that much time. Usually if you just set aside 5 to 10 minutes, you can get it all like cleaned and tidied up so that you can just wake up to a nice fresh start. So those are all the tips that I wanted to share with you guys today. If you're planning on implementing any of these tips, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your plans are. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.